Hi guys, Justine here. It's March 1st already of 2017. Before I get into this, I just want to put out not really a warning, but just to let you know this is going to be a little bit of a heavier message, but not at the same time. I'm going to touch on some things that aren't that positive, but my intention is to bring light to something that's very, very dark. Today I received some news that people that I know, or that I used to know at some point in my life, were charged with sexual assault, and this is not the first time that I've received news of this nature. I think it's absolutely heartbreaking to hear about these things that happen. And I just feel so called right now to do a video about this, because even if I'm not directly involved in the situation, it still affects me. And it's not about making it about me. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to encourage as many people as possible to continue to stand up and speak up for justice. And something that I really want to say tonight is that I know so many people that are impacted by some sort of abuse. I think everyone has been impacted, or they know someone that's been impacted by abuse, whether that's physical, sexual, mental, emotional abuse. There are very, very, there's various kinds. There's so many, and that's a sad fact. However, we need to have a conversation about this, and this is something that is swept under the rug. And when it's not swept under the rug, unfortunately, a lot of these things and a lot of these cases aren't brought to justice. And I understand that that's such a frustrating, heartbreaking thing. However, you need to know that if you or someone that you know has a story and has been abused, that you have every right to speak up about it. And not only do you have the right, but we need you to do that, because even if it is not brought to justice in our court system in North America or wherever it is that you live, the point is that you speak up for you and for your healing. And I need you to know there are so many people that you would help in sharing your story. And I'm not suggesting by any means that we come at this from a victim standpoint, and you are, of course, allowed to have a victim statement. What I'm trying to get at here is that the point isn't to come together as victims to feel victimized. I think there's a time and a place for that in the healing process, but I really think that it's so vital that we come together just as humans, period, without any labels, without any judgments of each other. And I think it's so important that we don't come together to wallow together and say, yeah, I'm suffering too. Again, there's a time and a place for that on one's healing path, but I think it's just so important that we come together human to human right now and stand up for ourselves, for our sisters, our brothers, our cousins, our neighbors, and even the strangers that we don't know. This is ridiculous that we're silenced so many times and living in fear that, we're going to die or we're going to be abused again if we speak up, and we need to speak up. So please, please, I beg of you to muster up some ounce of courage, and even if it's just the size of a mustard seed, that's all you need. Even if you, for the first time, confide in a friend or a teacher or a pastor or a parent or somebody, your story needs to be heard, and it has to come out, and it has to be relieved from your body, because I'm telling you, it's like such a relief when you do that. And if you're not ready to come to the world and say, this is my story, I completely understand that. And it's not my job to tell you what to do or to tell anybody what to do in any case. I just feel I can only do my part. And my part right now that I feel that I'm supposed to do is just to encourage people to speak up and stand up for themselves. And I know it's the scariest fucking thing to do, but you just have no idea, because you can save someone else's life. You can save another person from being victimized by the same person you were abused by. You just have no idea how many people you're gonna help. And you don't have to delve into your whole story with everybody. Not everybody deserves to hear it, to be honest. But, just we need to stand up for justice for ourselves and for other people. And like I said earlier, I understand completely how frustrating it is when there's so much injustice in this world, but that should not be a reason for us to stand down and for us to stop being honest and for us to numb ourselves and shut ourselves down and to be silenced. This is 2017, and we need to show up and do our part. And for me personally right now at this point as an artist, this is something that I want to write about, and this is something I want to put in my music, and I want to blast out to the world to talk about these things and to encourage people to find their voice and to use it, because that's what's important to me. I feel very, very, very passionate about this, and that's my part. I'm going to try everything I can to keep writing and creating from an authentic place, and encouraging myself and reminding myself to speak up when I need to speak up, and set boundaries when I need to set boundaries about whatever, various things in life. And my call to you today is to be courageous for yourself and for other people. And if there's nothing that you need to come clean about, or there's nothing that you feel that you can offer the world, or you're not ready to share, please find a trusted person you can talk to. And if you know somebody and you have a hunch that they've gone through something recently, or even if it wasn't recently, we need to open the dialogue up and communicate about these things, because abuse, from my point of view, from what I've witnessed in my life, is something that has been going on for centuries, and it's so often swept under the rug, and this is no way to solve this huge problem that's going on this planet with so many people in so many different ways. It's just mind-boggling to me that we haven't really progressed that far. So what I have to say is just please do your part and speak up and stand up for yourself, for the people that you know and love, and for the strangers that you don't know that need your help, because the world really needs us right now, especially when it comes to the myriad of ways that people are abused and go through toxic situations that are severely damaging to a human being on every level of being, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. It's taxing on people, and we need to do something about this. So that's my call to you. That's my call to myself, to really speak up about this. That's all I have to say for today. So please do your part and do what you feel called to do. Share your stories. Know that it's impacting people and it's helping people, even if it's not brought to justice like it properly should be in the courts. Your voice deserves to be heard.